Hi, I'm Diane Dayton. We're at the 33rd Annual Boscov's Berks Jazz Fest here in Reading, Pennsylvania. This is the second weekend. It's Saturday, and I think it's been at least a decade since you and I have caught up, hasn't it? Lin Rountree.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. At least a decade, maybe. And you know, this business is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So I'm happy to see all the familiar faces that I've seen over the years, particularly you guys. Thank you.
Absolutely. And in fact, I think the first time that we got together, you were at the Inn at Reading, and you were there with Julian Vaughn and Nicholas Cole.
Yep.
And it was the three of you guys.
Yep. One more. We had LeBron, too.
Oh, was LeBron along, too?
on
That's right. It was
saxophone.
four.
He was there, too,
Okay. So you're being labeled the new generation of soul jazz. What do you think?
I love it. I love it because it addresses where we need to move the music. This music has always been connected with the listener's soul, and I think that's where the music and the term came from. There's some straight ahead contemporary jazz guys who don't like the name. Nobody really liked the name smooth jazz, but that's the name that we've grown to in this industry to be known by. But that music, even being smooth jazz, touches the soul. And so what we're saying, soul jazz, jazz to me, the art form, the basis of the art form is improvisation, which you really get a lot of on stage. But we want to bridge the gap now between some because when smooth jazz came out, the audience for some of the artists were in their late 20s, early 30s. They grew with the artists, but I think sometimes the music didn't attract new folks. So those folks grew with their artists from early in the 90s, and they've progressed. They want to partake in new music as well. And so I don't think the industry's done a great job at bridging the gap and getting a hold, because when smooth jazz came out, it attracted young people.
Yes.
Why can't it attract young people now? Well, part of it is you need younger faces as well.
Yes.
Our legends are great, and we love to see our legends, but you got to keep the music moving, and people who can associate with people who are in their generation, I think it helps bridge the gap. So we're saying soul to be true to the music and where the music is and always has been.
Yes.
But we're bringing more highlight to it, and that type of phrase helps us navigate the terminology, smooth jazz versus contemporary jazz versus this jazz. Jazz is improvisation, at the bottom of it. So that's what we want. We're bringing younger folks in and touching their souls through improvisation and through what jazz is.
So I think the question is, how are we reaching them? Because we don't have the radio stations we used to. I mean, of course it's online and it's everywhere, but how do you get people to listen to jazz when they have this, they're going with jazz? So what do you do?
Well, again, it all starts with the faces that they see. So if they see somebody like me who, and again, I don't look like the traditional jazz artist. I've got some tattoos here. I kind of look like, some of the people that are a little younger, and so it starts with the look. That brings people in. Hey, and then with these live shows that we have everywhere, I see festivals. People are coming to festivals. Again, the music has changed. Landscape of the music, recorded music has changed because of radio. But you go to some of these festivals, even here at Berks, you see younger folks walking around, and they've been given this music by their parents and people that came before them. And so I think that's how you keep it going. You keep the connection with, and the type of music that you play. Sometimes there needs to be a shift in the paradigm shift in the music itself. Smooth jazz, and I think because radio isn't as much as the motivating force in smooth jazz as it used to be. People used to say, well, I need to make a song that's going to get on radio, it's going to sound like this, and I got to do that. And when you start thinking about music like that, you get away from the soul of the music. If you start playing music from the soul and writing music from the soul, and you can bear it out and get somebody to actually play it and listen to, and that's what the benefit of the new radio, the new digital medium is. You can get people to listen to some of your music that otherwise the gatekeepers wouldn't allow the masses to listen to, because you had to get by the gatekeepers. Now we're direct to the fans. Now how can you get direct to as many fans as you can? Which, you got the Spotify's. I know people, we got a conversation about, people not liking Spotify. I love it because it's a way to market to people you otherwise would never have had an opportunity to meet or see or hear they haven't heard
True.
your music. Well, now I've got 10,000 people in Japan who are streaming my songs.
Okay.
I've never been to Japan. I've been a lot of places. I've never been to Japan. 10,000 people down there per month are listening to some of my songs, and so and I can see that. Yeah. Whereas the old labels, and of course there's not a lot of monetary value that comes from that, but the value is in the marketing. Why does McDonald's put a McDonald's picture on the side of a stock car? Home Depot. How much value do they get from it? It's hard to quantify, but again, it's one of those things that, hey, look. Although I would, in the old way, I'd had to spend thousands of dollars to get in front of people in Japan, get in front of people in Europe, have my music. That's the best form of marketing that could ever be. Right. I could tell you Lin Rountree is great all day. I could say, hey, he looks good, blah, blah, blah. But you got to hear the music. Absolutely. You don't hear the music.
Yeah.
So how am I going to get you to hear the music?
Yeah.
Well, Spotify, all these digital platforms, all that stuff. And so I appreciate that. And that's what's helping to bridge the gap, and that's helping us attract younger people.
Yeah, being true to self and putting yourself out there, that's what it is too.
Yep.
What do you think about touring in Japan? What do you think?
Oh man, I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd love it. I mean, the Blue Note, I love to play Blue Note over there. A lot of people have done it. So
we're putting that out there.
Put it out there.
Japan with Lin Rountree.
I've been to China. I've been to Dubai. I did the Dave Goz cruise. Going on through the coast of Mediterranean, and so I mean, I've been in a lot of places. Going to Portugal next month actually for the second time. Doing the Algarve Jazz Fest. Okay. So it's a blessing, but love to put Japan on the map. On my resume.
Yeah, that'd be really good. So let's talk about what you have going on currently and releases that are out there doing really well.
Well, I thank all of the fans and everybody who follows me and just comes to the shows and puts their hard-earned money to support me. Talking in the third person to support Lin Rountree. So we thank you. So the new record is my 8th project to date. It's called The Message, and it features one song that's already hit #1 solid, and we've got a single out now, and we've got a lot of different producers who I started working with a couple years back on a couple projects back on this project. We've got Michael Broning, we've got Chris Big Dog Davis.
Of course,
4 songs on it. He and I got together on the last CD and realized we had synergy, and so we said we're gonna keep this thing going. I just saw him down in the lobby. He said, "Man, we're gonna start working on this next one, man." And he just signed on with my label, Trippin' and Rhythm Records. So he's got a record out with that too. So we had Big Dog and Dana Davis, my first producer for my first record. We had I've got Algebra Blissett, a beautiful songstress, and she's got #1 hits in gospel and neo soul. I've got her on a tune, so I've got Greg Manning producing on this one. Right. And the reason why I called it The Message, because there was a vocal song on my first album called The Message. And it's a really good, it's like a Steppers Chicago type song. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to call the song and how the concept of the album. And I'm on Facebook scrolling as I usually am. Right. And I got tagged in this post, and it was Chicago Steppers. I'm like, why am I tagged in the Chicago Steppers post? So I didn't think anything about it, and got back home. I said, well, let me go and find out what's going on. I looked at it. There were these people dancing, and I didn't even turn the music on. I'm like, they're dancing, whatever. So 2 days later, I said, let me go listen to what they're, because I don't know why I'm tagged in this. It was The Message, my song. This thing was 2 years old. The post was 2 years old. And so it comments, we love you the way you dance, blah, blah, blah. But one of the comments started another chain. What song is this? We like this. Nobody knew what song it was. Wow. And so they kept, and that's what I'm saying. Visibility, connection. Yes. We love this song. Who is it? Is it Roy Ayers? I don't know. We love it. Yep. Who's the song by? And so finally somebody from somewhere heard it and said, that's Lin Rountree. And they tagged me in it. Wow. And so I'm like, wow, you guys have been dancing. Great. This has been a hustle song of theirs for the last 15 years. It's on the top DJ hustle list. And so I said, wow, that's a sign. It is a sign. Maybe after 8 years, I mean, when you can do a cover tune of your own song, you've been around for a minute, right? So 8 CDs, and also Culberson did it with his 10-year anniversary. Went back and did some stuff, but I did a cover of it, instrumental version, and everything flowed from there. The vibe, the music, it was kind of a throwback to my first record, where I didn't have any pretenses. I didn't know anything about smooth jazz. I just wanted to make music. I just wanted to make some good songs and sell some CDs after my local club gigs. So, you know, that's the vibe you get on this project, but much more refined now. Because I can play better. I know, you know, the production's better and the sound quality is better. Producers are better. So, you know, but it still has that feeling, that soul. I've got a song on there called "Can't Wait." And the label said, man, because, you know, things are changing in the landscape. They're not as hard on, oh, you shouldn't have that or you shouldn't have that. It's a 7-minute song. And one of my favorite R&B grooves, I don't even know if it's a slow song. It is a slow song, slow romantic song, but Lady in My Life by Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
You can't beat a better slow jam than that. I mean, you got a lot. But the whole breakdown in the back where he vamps and repeats that vamp, takes it up and goes down and takes back up.
Yeah.
Nothing. Doesn't touch. You can't touch it. And so I said I want to make a song like that. So Can't Wait is kind of a song that goes through different phases and it vamps out like that, and we bring it all back and it kind of slows down. We bring it back and ends on a rock guitar solo.
Oh, cool.
Oh my gosh. So for them to allow us to do that now on the labels, or not even allow, I think it's a tough word, but to go along with and be happy about supporting this type of music is great. It shows the sign of the times.
That's huge, isn't it? That's going to make a big difference. And tomorrow, you're going to be performing too here at Berks Jazz Fest with Brian Bromberg.
Yeah.
That's always a lot of fun.
This has been a great experience. You know, of course, now I'm on all of the different shows, the different jam sessions. But it was a special jam session for Chuck Loeb when I first got here on Thursday. I mean, he was such a great soul, but you could feel it on the stage, man, with what we were doing. And then last night, the jam session, we did the Cats at 3 o'clock where we got an opportunity to play our own music. And yes, tomorrow I'm going to be performing with the great Brian Bromberg. He and I, it's a funny story, I met him, we were doing the Algarve Jazz Fest in 2018, I think. And I get this email from Brian Bromberg. I thought it was a mistake, or I thought it was a chain mail that they were sending there. I was like, why is Bromberg, you know, he's a legend. Why is he reaching out to me? Who am I? And I'm just lucky to be on the festival. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm lucky he called me for the festival. So, but Brian reaches out and says, hey man, I got this song with a trumpet on it, and I heard you're going to be the only trumpet player there at the show. Would you mind playing on it? I was like, sure, you know, because I come from an old school, you know, legendary Cats ask you to do something. I did it before even hearing the song. I said, I don't know what I got myself into, because I haven't heard the song, but yeah, sure, I'll do it. And so I heard the song. It features Arturo Sandoval. The song features Arturo Sandoval, and I'm like, so, you know, my joy and excitement turned into dread, because I'm like, I have to play, you know, something that, you know, Arturo Sandoval played on Brian Bromberg's. Oh, and he's probably got some, you know, legendary drummer playing on it too, and he wants me to do this live. And I was like, oh my God, you know, you can crash and burn, or you can elevate yourself. I ended up, you know, after hours of practicing the song, making sure I had every you know, bit and piece of it, and then going through rehearsal and then playing it with him live and doing a good job. It kind of helped elevate me in his eyes.
Wow.
And so that was our first encounter. And so I think I saw him at Seabreeze next. We were on the same day, and he said, "Man, we going at 5. You want to come up and do a song with me and Everett Harp?" I was like, again, more dread. Everett Harp, another legend. But I said, "Sure, you know, let's do it." You know, I brushed up on the song a little bit, went out and did it, you know, in front of, you know, probably 6,000 people. But it was good. It was good. And so then he's been called. He called me for a show, and now we're here.
Yeah.
And now I'm officially a part of the show, because he said, again, now I'm playing a part that Randy Brecker played on one of his albums. You know, we got a song now. I got Randy Brecker on. Can you play it? Yeah, Brian. This is the pattern now. I'll just continue to try and fill these shoes on this song. But you know, he saw something in me, so you know, I'll continue to push forward. So.
We do too, and I think the lesson is say yes.
Say yes. That's all young guys say yes, man.
Say yes.
Because you'll never know when you'll get the opportunity again. You can always backfill and figure out if you try to get ready for the opportunity, but you know, say I can do it.
And then do it. Yeah. Thank you for taking time, and thank you for saying yes, and thank you for keeping on.
No,
it makes a huge difference in
I appreciate
what
you guys.
We're doing.
I really do.
Yeah, we love the music, and
it's the support is as much as, you know, putting the music out and the support that we get back, and so interviews like yours and support that comes from you guys who are very, very well established in the industry really means a lot for us.
Yeah.
So thank you.
We're all in this together, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You can see them tomorrow noon here at the DoubleTree in downtown Reading, and it's part of the Berks Jazz Fest. Lin Rountree, thanks.